with that,
Good stuff.
we're gonna go into a term called cup and handle, cup with handle. Now, you guys are the stock experts. Please educate me a little bit on this.
Well, that's a specific strategy, the cup and handle. And there are so many strategies like head and shoulders, and there could be bullish and bearish ones. But you know what? Let me look. Cup and handle pattern.
So,
Technical indicator where the price movement of a security resembles a cup followed by a downward trending price pattern. So if you can find it on Google, you'll be able to find a beautiful picture of it going up, and then it swoops into a cup formation, goes down a little bit, and then spikes up. And that is a cup and handle. So that's a bullish sign, and Josh is going to go further into what is
now,
happening and where he's seeing this cup and handle pattern.
now, if we look at Bitcoin, are we looking at a potential cup and handle? This is the ultimate question. Right now, we've been going through a dip. We're coming out of a sideways market, and what it's looking at is it looks as though the market's just breathing. It's regulating between, and Bitcoin has only been regulating between itself between highs and lows of about 5%. That is not bad at all. Most crypto will increase and decrease with like a 10% with a daily, rise or drop of a 5 to 10% through the day. Bitcoin has only been doing about 5%. And so with this chart, I'm looking at a 1 week chart, and from here, and this is just
That is not a cup and handle. The
it's
front the
a
cup and
it's a
handle has to
very
have a same point. Like it
rough.
literally draws this, but it comes up to roughly the same level. Like this one is down and then a little turn, then a further down. So what you're looking at is higher highs. I mean, you're looking at lower highs and lower lows. It almost looks like, and then you have this kind of activity here on the end for the last 2 3 days. It looks like it goes up, drops, goes up, drops. But that in that case, you have higher highs and higher lows. So you might be looking at a small uptrend, but I don't think that that's a
So
cup and handle.
that's where the question comes to be: is is it a potential cup with handle, or is this just going to be indicators of a bear market? A cup and handle would be an indicator of a bull market. Where is this price going to be going? Now, we've kept a resistance above $30,000. I believe we tested that today, and we actually did not go below $30,000. Let's see, in the last day. Yeah,
Pretty
so
sure this looks more like
You know,
a head
the
and shoulders.
resistance is at 40,005. So we look like as of June 15th, the previous high was 40,001. So its ceiling right now is 40,005. If it breaks that ceiling, then it's going to be a bullish momentum. But as of right now, it seems like it's testing it. It's trying to go. It looks to me that it's going in a more downward direction at this moment. Knowing Bitcoin, it could go either way. But
This looks
I
more like a
mean,
head and shoulders
right here it
yeah,
does.
with a
Right here it
downtrend
looks like
hit.
a head and shoulders.
I mean, no, if you look at it over the course of look at it daily over the course of the last 2 years, besides looking like a gigantic bubble, it also looks like a gigantic head and shoulders. Like when you talk about bear and bull markets, they're long-term things. You don't have like a bear market today and a bull market tomorrow. That's not a bear or bull market.
Correct,
That's
correct.
like
I'm
that's
talking about
very
indicators. Yeah.
right. But the indicators, like think about indicators. Most of them are lagging. Some are coincidental. Very few are ever leading, and accuracy in leading indicators is always brought into question. But the other thing you have to note is like if you're looking at it day to day, you're not gonna find these patterns unless you're talking about a day trade. And then you say, like, oh, there's a bullish run, and you have to hit a target. If you're looking at it more from a medium to longer term over the whole year, you see a pretty well defined behavior here where it tests a resistance level of just under 41.5. Not both, and the other one peak over towards the beginning of January there, January 10th. You're looking at about 42, and you're looking at a peak on June 14th, 15th of about 41, 41.5. So you're seeing defined levels here, and you're seeing a peak up at 60 with this kind of rounded bell curve shape. So you're seeing a little more resistance on the tail end here, like it doesn't want to give up, but you're still seeing pretty decent drops. And in
You
the long
know,
term, it doesn't actually look very bullish. It looks like it might go sideways for a while, but I don't really see, and I don't see in the markets any reasons why it's going to just shoot up.
Now,
I see it more as a Head and Shoulders. I see that its previous low at its first shoulder was 31,000, and its previous low as of this moment was again a little higher than 31,000.
yeah,
And-
we don't hit 3290.
It didn't want to break that floor. It didn't want to break that floor downward. So I see that there's potential for it to go up, but again, it's at this moment that it's in limbo. It could go either which way.
Now, a lot of social media is saying that Ethereum is going to take over Bitcoin. And if you're looking at this in a long term, and people are saying, hey, look at the reflection of the price of Bitcoin in, 5 to 10 years, this could absolutely be the price of Ethereum. If you're looking at it in those terms, currently Ethereum is at a fantastic price to get into. And if it's a technology that's going to overtake Bitcoin, it's you kind of just have to reflect on that.
Well, I mean, the blockchain might, but the coin itself is still like that. Is just the Ethereum has a giant run up to what 4,400 and then tanked and never made it up past $3,000 again. So, but I guess I
Which
think the whole crypto
everything right
market-
now is still on its same pattern of about a loss of 50% of what we were looking at 3 months ago. Both of them are still looking at the same thing.
Yeah,
And
April
so,
15th.
yeah, this one ran up
Bitcoin at
to
63,000.
yeah 60,000. Ethereum went up to close to 4,000. They're still following the same pattern. They're still on mark. When and if we see a recovery of Bitcoin, I definitely see a recovery in Ethereum following that, and then altcoins following that. That's just been a normal pattern.
Sure, maybe. The
You
whole
know,
market moves together.
I wanna see who the heck, what time frame they're looking at where they're saying a cup and handle for this Bitcoin.
It's probably within the
um,
last two. If you look at it, if you look at it from
It's
June 14th,
from January.
you see there's a down and there's an uptrend here up until the third. Like it goes down, bottoms out around the 21st, another one around the 25th, and then comes back up, but it never quite comes back into this handle shape. You see something similar. You see it drop, and you see it try to get up higher. But if you look at it, also you can basically draw almost a straight line down from from April 15th to May 9th down to June 15th and then June 29th. It's a little bit of a skewed curve there. You have to kind of play around a little bit, but you can draw almost a straight line down from that point all the way until today.
Yeah.
So,
They're just looking at the potential cup being formed at the moment, and we'll see if that's actually going to come to fruition.